Hey watch fans, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And if you like Breitling, you like blue dials, and you like your watches smaller than 40 millimeters, today's video is for you. So we'll go in order here. I have the recently discontinued 36 millimeter Breitling Superocean, the 36 millimeter Breitling Chronomat, and the 35 millimeter Breitling Navitimer. Now, if you're a fan of Breitling or you know your Breitling models, you know that the Chronomat and the Navitimer and the larger sizes are chronographs. Obviously here we have three-handers. Admittedly, all three of these are marketed by Breitling towards women and female wearers of automatic watches. So certainly nothing wrong with that. However, I have done a few videos over the last several weeks with some smaller watches, and some people have reached out thanking me for putting some smaller watches on wrist, and I thought, why not? I have all three of these in stock, do a video with all three of these, kind of showing them how they look side by side, how they look on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, and really just trying to give alternatives to folks with smaller wrists or folks who just prefer a smaller watch. So really, again, all the dimensions will be listed in the description for each one of these. Case dimensions as far as thickness, lug to lug, lug width, all of that will be listed there. Really just wanted to get these kind of side by side and really give you a chance to see how they look, next to each other, because not everybody always gets to see these in stock at the same time. So some similarities, obviously date window here at 6 o'clock, date window at 3 o'clock on the Superocean. We do not have a date on the Navitimer. I'll grab back up in a second. We have a aluminum bezel here on the Superocean. This is a dive watch, 200 meters water resistant. We have a polished, this is a rotating bezel on the Chronomat, and 100 meters of water resistance. Screw down crown, non-screw down crown on the Chronomat. And the Navitimer, I think, really is more closely, as far as if you're comparing these, you're probably comparing the two of these. I don't know that you'd be comparing the Navitimer to the Superocean. Maybe you would be. But we do have the beaded bezel here. Non-screw down crown, 30 meters of water resistance. Very similar case thickness, I believe, right around 10 millimeters. And I believe the Superocean right around like 11.5. So again, none of these are real thick. Butterfly style clasp. No micro adjustment, but the links are pretty small, so you can get a pretty good size fit on the butterfly for the Chronomat. Give you some bezel action here quick. Not the easiest with my gloves today here. Take these off. Definitely want to try to grab the rider tabs when you're rotating the bezel on this. Superocean, a little bit easier. Dive bezel. And the Navitimer's slide rule. Bi-directional, obviously, with the slide rule. Nice and smooth. So let me get these on wrist real quick, because I'm sure that's what anyone's watching this video really wants to see, is how do they look and wear on wrist. Again, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. First up, the blue dial Chronomat, 36 millimeters, the Rolou style bracelet. We will go to the Navitimer next, 35 millimeter. And last but certainly not least, the 36 millimeter, recently discontinued Superocean. If you're asking me personally, for my opinion, I like the Superocean in 36. I would actually not be afraid of wearing this. I do not like large, thick dive watches. It's tough for me to get the shirt cuff underneath. I have a preference towards smaller watches. So the Superocean, to me, I'd wear it. Admittedly, when you're looking at this watch in our Breitling case next to 42, 44 millimeter divers, this looks tiny. I mean, it looks comically small next to those. I throw it on wrist, and I actually quite like it. So I would have no issue. I also like the you still have the B Wings logo there, so I'd have no issue wearing the Superocean. The Navitimer for me is a little small. They had a 38 millimeter, I believe, has been discontinued. You may still be able to find it. I would lend towards the 38 millimeter Navitimer personally, but again, the 35 is not bad. And last, the Chronomat. I don't mind the size on this Chronomat. I really don't. However, if you have bigger hands or thicker hands, the crown is a little bit smaller than on the other two. So I did have a little bit of a more, I shouldn't say issue, just a little bit more difficulty setting the time, giving it a quick wind to get it started. But overall, listen, if you're looking for a smaller watch that you can wear, certainly these are three to consider. The Omega Aquaterra 38 comes up. There's others. But if there's anything I can do for you, thanks for viewing. I appreciate you watching. Email me, brad@brentlmiller.com with any questions, and we'll see you in the next video.